Hi Nana, good morning. Today we will learn about the applications of electrolysis. Okay, so before learning applications of electrolysis, we have to see what is the two terms known as superior metal and base metal. What is the difference between superior metal and base metal? Superior metal is also called as noble metal. Base metal is also called as inferior metals. For example, we have seen 1 gram ornaments so many times. 1 gram ornaments are also they are also called as rolled gold. See, actually, rolled gold material, actually it is how it is made. So it is cheaper. It is cheaper. Okay, actually, for example, if there is a ring, if there is a ring, rolled gold ring. See, actually, it is made up of copper. Originally, it is made up of either copper or iron or else some other metals. So, these metals are called as inferior metals. Okay, so they are somewhat cheaper in cheaper rate metals. So, base metals, they are called as base metals or else inferior metals. So, on these inferior metals, so these on these inferior metals means base metal means copper or iron. So now this is a copper ring. So on this, so here there will be coating. So this copper ring, it is coated with either nickel or chromium or silver or else gold. Okay, or else gold. Okay, so here as it is rolled gold, so that ring inside the simply the gold is only the coating. Inside the actual material is either iron or copper. Okay, so here the coated material is said to be superior metal or else noble metal, and the inside material is known as base metal or else inferior metal. Okay, so these things we have to know while learning about the applications of electrolysis. So industrially, this electrolysis is very important. So mainly the industries, electrolysis is used for the industries, particularly in electroplating industry. It is used in electroplating industry, electro refining industry, electro refining. Electro refining is nothing but what? Purification. It is nothing but what? Refining means purification. It is nothing but purification of metals. Purification of metals by electrolysis, by the method of electrolysis. Okay, so here I mean in this case also electrolysis is used. Okay, it is one of the application of electrolysis. Next, electrometallurgy. What is electrometallurgy? Electrometallurgical process. Electrometallurgy is nothing but extraction of metals. It is nothing but extraction of metals. Extraction of metals by electrolysis. Okay, purification of metals by electrolysis and extraction of metals by electrolysis. So purification of metals by electrolysis is called as electro refining, and extraction of metals by electrolysis is called as electrometallurgy. So mainly these are the very three important applications of electrolysis, and even electrolysis is useful in many other purposes also, but industrially These three are very, very important. So we will learn all these things in depth. So first of all, we will learn about electroplating. What is electroplating? Already we have seen that ring it is coated. That ring is coated. The copper ring, it is coated either with gold or silver or else any other any other noble metal or else any other superior metal. So here, what is electroplating? Electroplating, it is nothing but the process of coating. The process of coating a superior metal over inferior metal. On the inferior metal. The process of, it is nothing but the process of depositing. The process of depositing a thin layer of, okay, the process of depositing a thin layer of superior metal, So what is the meaning of superior metal? The metals like gold, silver, nickel, chromium, etc. So these are the costly metals. So only a very thin layer of these costly metal is deposited on base metals like cheap metals, inferior metals like iron, copper. So on these cheap metals, the costly metals are made to deposit as a thin layer. So the process of depositing a thin layer of superior metal means noble metals like nickel, chromium, silver, gold, etc. Okay. on where? On clear surface. On clear surface. Whose clear surface? On clear surface of base metals. On clear surface of base metal. Base metals. Base metal means here inferior metal. Inferior metals. That means cheap quality metals. Base metal means cheap quality metals like copper, iron, etc. Okay, so such process of depositing a thin layer, the process of depositing a thin layer of superior metal, okay, on base metal, on clear surface of base metal is called as electroplating. Okay, so why should we do electroplating? Reasons for electroplating. See, for example, if you use iron object or else iron article, so this iron article, it will undergo rusting. So after a few days, what happens? So it reacts with the atmospheric oxygen in the presence of moisture. Okay, and finally what happens? It will undergo rust. So the cheap quality metals, even copper also will undergo corrosion. So copper will convert into copper carbonate. So like this. So these these inferior metals or else base metals, they undergo oxidation. They are reactive. Okay, they convert into their oxides, so that the strength of the metal will decrease. So iron, if it rusts, what happens? It becomes weak metal. The portion where rusting is taken place, so that portion will become weak and other portion of the iron will be somewhat strong. So what happens? So in order to prevent rusting, if that iron metal, if it is exposed to the atmosphere, what happens? It forms rust on its surface. So in order to prevent the formation of rust, so we have to do a coating. We have to give a coating on this. We have to give a coating very thin layer coating on its surface. So by which material we have to give coating, so that is important. So the material which is coated on iron, it is non-reactive, chemically it is non-reactive. See, generally the superior metals are chemically non-reactive, they are chemically inert. Okay, the superior metals or else noble metals, they are chemically inert, non-reactive. So we have to apply a thin layer of non-reactive metal over a metal, a cheap quality metal, okay, which is reactive. Okay, so that what happens? So this metal, this metal does not undergo any reactions, because when does a metal, when does it react? When its surface is exposed to the atmosphere, or else when its surface is exposed to any other chemicals, then only that substance, that metal will react. So if it does not allow this metal to undergo a reaction, or else if it does not allow this metal to be exposed to atmosphere, or else to be exposed to chemicals, then that metal does not react. So here, by the process of electroplating, what we are doing, we are applying a very thin coating, or else we are depositing a very thin coating of superior metals over this cheap quality metal or else inferior metal. Okay, so that is one of the reasons. So one of the reason for electroplating. Reasons for electroplating. Why should we do electroplating? So because electroplating also, it is a risky process. It involves large amount of money. Okay, so monetary. Even then we are going with electroplating process. So why should we go with electroplating process? Why electroplating should be done? So those reasons we are going to learn now. So reasons for electroplating. So first reason is electroplating, it prevents rusting. It prevent rusting. It prevent rusting. So generally rusting is related to iron or steel. Okay, steel articles. Okay, iron or steel articles will undergo rusting in general. Okay, so that is why in iron industry or else in steel industry, so this electroplating technique it is used. Okay, so this electroplating is used so in order to prevent rusting. Okay, because rusting will cause, it will weaken the metal. Okay, it weakens the articles, iron article or steel articles. Rusting, what happens? It weakens the article's strength. It weakens the article's strength. That means strength is lost, or else strength is decreased due to rusting. So then how to prevent rusting? So here electroplating makes to prevent the rusting. So that means prevention method is what? By coating. By coating a thin layer. By coating a thin layer of nickel, or mainly for steel or iron, generally we don't go with silver or gold. Generally we coat the steel or iron either with nickel or chromium. Okay, on the surface. Okay, on the clean surface. On the clean surface of iron or steel. On the clean surface of iron or steel. Okay, on the clean surface of iron or steel articles. Example, If you see examples, handles of bicycles, handles of bicycles, handles of bicycles are coated, okay, are coated with chromium. So handles of bicycles example, so they are coated with chromium so that they does not undergo rusting easily. So like this, here chromium is a superior metal, it's a noble metal, so it does not undergo chemical reactions easily, so it does not it does not react with the atmosphere or else with any other chemicals easily, so that it protects, or it what happens, it will protect the iron or else steel which is present below its layer. Okay, right. So another reason to prevent another reason for electroplating is to improve the appearance of the articles. Another is to improve the appearance, to improve the appearance of the articles. To improve the appearance of the articles. For example, if we quote articles of copper or bronze, or etc., some other metals with iron or silver, what happens? So that coating will improve the appearance. That means it makes the appearance of these articles to be good. Okay, so here electroplating will help us to appear the copper ornament or bronze ornaments, etc. Okay, particularly imitation jewelries, imitation jewelries, very cheap quality jewelry. Actually, what is imitation jewelry? Suppose if gold or silver is coated on the jewelry which is made up of copper, then what happened? The appearance of that jewelry will be nice. So that means the copper jewelry, when it is coated with either gold or silver, what happens? So the appearance of that jewelry will be improved. That means everyone will like. Okay, so that is why these copper or bronze or else any other articles which are made up of cheap metal, they are electroplated with either gold or silver. But so here particularly in imitation jewelry, so we use this technique. Okay, so that the jewelry, so the jewelry is made to improve its appearance. Okay, the jewelry articles are made to improve their appearance. So even in this purpose also, this electroplating technique is used. Okay, so that means if gold or silver is electroplated on articles made up of either copper or bronze, etc., what happens? It improves their appearance. So like this, so these are the main reasons of why should we go for electroplating. Okay, next. So for doing electroplating, there are certain conditions. So unless until those conditions are met, the electroplating cannot be done perfectly. Okay, so now we will learn about the conditions. What are the conditions required for electroplating? Okay, conditions of electroplating. So what are the conditions? What are the necessary conditions for the process of electroplating? So the first and foremost condition is the presence of clean surface. Okay, so that means clean surface of the article on which okay, the article should have clean surface in order to deposit a superior metal on it. So the article should have what? It should have clean surface. There should not be any impurities. Okay, so for example, generally impurities like oxide impurities, maybe grease or oil, oxides or grease or oil, etc. Okay, etc. They are present. Okay, they are present on the surface of the article. So it should be clean or oil. So what happens when these impurities are present? So they will prevent. What does they do? They will not allow. They will prevent, or else they will not allow firm deposit. Okay, they will not allow firm deposit. Firm deposit. Okay, deposit of the layer on the article. That means that layer is not deposited firmly. Okay, so that layer cannot be deposited firmly. So when layer is not deposited firmly, so that layer can be easily removed off. It can be easily peeled off. Okay, in order to give a firm deposit of the layer of that superior metal on the inferior metal, so that the surface of the inferior metal should not have impurities like oxides, grease, etc. So that means we have to clean the surface of the inferior metal, okay, or else base metal, before superior metal is coated on its surface. Okay, so this is one of the condition. So this is very important condition. Next condition is the article to be electroplated is made into cathode. The article the article to be electroplated okay, the article to be electroplated is made cathode. For example, here in electrolysis process, what do we do? Simply, so this is electrolytic cell in which you will find electrolyte is present. So this is what? Electrolyte. Okay. Next, so in the electrolyte, so there are electrodes. Okay. See, actually in electroplating technique, so the electrodes, there are the two electrodes. One is cathode and another one is anode. So the anode, cathode is nothing but what? Cathode is nothing but the article. Okay, the article on which we are going to be electroplated. So that article is treated as cathode. For example, if you take a cup or else any metal, if you take a ring, for example, a copper ring, let us assume a copper ring. Okay, or else a copper cup or else copper ring, anything. So actually that ring, the surface of the copper ring should be very clean. and this ring, it is connected to what? It should act as cathode. So when will it act as cathode? When it is connected, when this ring, it is connected to what? Negative terminal. If it is connected to the negative terminal of the battery, if the ring is connected to if the copper ring is connected to the negative terminal of the battery, so this is negative terminal and this is the positive terminal. So this is battery. So to the negative terminal of the battery, if it is connected, then that ring will act as cathode. The article or the base metal will act as cathode if it is connected to the negative terminal. And to the positive terminal, so this is what positive terminal, and to that positive terminal, so we have to look here. So we have to this positive terminal is connected to a pipe like material, a hollow pipe means empty pipe. So like this, which is the hollow pipe or the empty pipe which surrounds that cathode. This is empty pipe. So it is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. So that means it is hollow inside. It is hollow inside. Now this anode, it is either made up of this anode is made up of superior metal. Okay, and this cathode is made up of base metal. Okay, that means the second condition is the article to be electroplated is made a cathode. Made into cathode. It is connected to. So when does it is made to cathode? When this article when it is connected to negative terminal of the battery. Negative terminal. Okay, then that article is made into cathode. Then that article is made into cathode. Okay, because the positive charged cations from the electrode are discharged only at the cathode. See, actually here, look here. So this electrolyte contains positive charged ions. For example, if we want to deposit silver on copper, that means there is a copper ring. On this copper ring, I want to deposit a silver coating. On the copper ring. So now where this silver is coming from? This silver, actually it is present in the electrolyte in the form of silver ions. Unless until the silver which is present in the electrolyte in the form of silver ions, that silver cannot be coated on the copper. Did you understand? So this is what? This is the inferior metal, base metal, copper, and the coating. So this is what? Silver coating. So the superior metal, it is present in the electrolyte in the form of ions, in the form of cation. Okay, the superior metal should be present in the electrolyte in the form of cation. So what happens? So as it is cation, it will move towards the cathode for electrons, for the need of electrons, because as it is cation, it is in need of electrons. So what happens? It will migrate towards the cathode. After migrating towards the cathode, this particular silver ion or else any cation, so they take electron from the cathode, because cathode is rich of electrons. Cathode will supply electrons to the cation. So that is why cation always move towards the cathode, because cathode is a negative terminal, it's a negative electrode. So after cation moving to the cathode, so it will take electrons and convert into neutral metal. That means the cation will undergo discharge and finally convert into neutral atom. Okay, so here all the silver ions will come towards the cathode. Here the cathode is nothing but a copper ring. So after coming towards the cathode, what happens? That silver ion will convert into silver metal, and that silver metal is deposited. That silver metal, it is deposited on this cathode. So like this, the silver metal is deposited on the cathode. Okay. Because the positive charged cations from the electrolyte, they are discharged only at the cathode to form neutral metal atoms. So these cations will discharge only, the cations will discharge at cathode, remember always, and finally to form a neutral metal atom. So that neutral metal atom, it will deposit on the cathode, on the surface of the cathode. So that what happens? So on the surface of the cathode, this silver is deposited. Okay, so the entire surface is covered with the silver. So that is why now that appearance of the copper will be silvery appearance. Generally we think that it is a silver article, but inside copper is present. So this is the trick behind electroplating. Okay, right? Next, that means the second condition is the article to be electroplated is made to cathode. Now third condition. What is the third condition? The metal to be electroplated is made the anode. One thing. So the most important thing is, so here, so we are going to deposit silver on copper. So we are getting that silver from electrolyte actually. So as the silver from electrolyte, it is removed from the electrolyte and it is deposited on the copper metal. So after certain time, what happens? The amount of silver ions in the electrolyte will decrease gradually. Okay. So in order to prevent the loss of silver ions from the electrolyte or else from the solution, so what we have to do? We have to provide the silver ions, okay, by somehow into the solution. So how should we provide the silver ions into the solution? So the silver ions can be provided into the solution with the help of anode. Here the anode is made up of silver. What happens? The anode, actually at anode what happened? The silver anode is made up of what? This anode which is surrounding the cathode. So if it is made up of silver, what happens at anode? Oxidation takes place. Oxidation means loss of electrons. That means silver will lose electrons. After losing electron, it will become silver ion. The silver metal, okay, that means actually this anode is made up of silver metal. Okay, the silver metal of the anode, so it will lose electrons. And convert into silver ion. Now this silver ion is not a metal, simply it is an ion. As it is an ion, so what happens? It will get separated from the anode and it enters into the solution. So in this way, the solution will get silver ions from the anode. Because anode is made up of silver, the silver metal of the anode. Okay, generally, what does anode will do? Anode always want electrons. So what happens? Anode, it will take electrons from the atoms of its own material. What is its own material now? Silver. That means that from the atoms of silver, this anode will take electrons. And what is left over? Silver ions are left over, and those silver ions will enter into the solution. They cannot stay on the metal, because this is not a metal, this is metal. Silver is metal, but silver ion is not a metal. It's a metal ion, but not metal. So what happens? This metal ion cannot stay on this metal. Simply, it will leave the metal surface, silver metal surface, or else anode, and enters into the solution. So in this way, the solution will get silver ions. Okay. Actually, before that, the solution has lost its silver ions to the cathode. Now those silver ions are will enter into the solution from anode. So like this, the silver ions will enter into the solution from the anode, and those silver ions will get deposit on the cathode in the form of silver metal. So in this way, the solution will get the silver ions from the anode. So that is why the third condition is metal to be electroplated. The metal to be electroplated. The metal to be electroplated, okay, is made anode. Is made anode. So here silver is made into anode. Suppose if you want to coat this copper with gold, then I have to take gold the gold as the anode material, and the electrolyte also should contain only gold. If I want to deposit gold on the copper, then I have to take the electrolyte, and that electrolyte should contain gold ions. Okay, and the anode material, it is made up of gold. It should be made up of gold. Okay, that means metal to be electroplated. Okay, the metal to be electroplated is made anode. It is made into anode. So that from that anode, that metal will lose into the solution in the form of metal ions, and from that solution, those metal ions will migrate towards the cathode, and finally those metal ions will deposit on the cathode in the form of metal. Okay, got it. So because the metal from the anode loses electrons, the metal from the anode, actually this is silver metal, so it is anode. It is what? Anode. So the metal from the anode loses electrons. Okay, it will lose electrons. Okay, to these electrons, this metal will lose electrons to whom? This metal will lose electrons to anode itself. This is anode, and its material is made up of silver or else gold. So that gold or silver, they will lose electrons and they are converted into ions, and those electrons are taken back by the anode itself, because anode, it requires so many electrons. Okay, so that means because the metal from the anode loses electrons to anode and becomes cation and leaves the anode surface. So that means this metal will leave the anode surface. This is the anode surface. Those metals will leave the anode and enter into the solution. Okay, becomes cations and leaves the anode surface and enters into the electrolyte or else solution and is attracted by the cathode. So these metal ions which are enter into the solution there, because metal ions are nothing but cations, they are attracted by the cathode. Okay, so they are attracted by the cathode. So after moving towards the cathode, what happens? These metal ions are discharged. Okay, after they are attracted by the cathode, it discharges into neutral metal atom, and they deposit on the cathodic article. So here the silver is deposited on the cathodic article. So from this it is understood that the third condition is the metal to be electroplated is made into anode. So this metal is nothing but what? Superior metal. Superior metal is made, the anode is made up of superior metal, whereas the cathode metal is made up of base metal. Okay, the cathode is made up of base metal and the anode is made up of superior metal. Okay, next, the fourth condition. What is the fourth condition? The anode metal has to be replaced periodically. So this anode metal, fourth condition, the anode metal has to be replaced periodically. The anode metal has to be replaced periodically because as it is consumed. See, look here. So if the process of electrolysis is continued for some time, what happens? The silver from this anode, so because that silver is lost from the anode will become thinner and thinner because it is losing its material. So what happened? Some of the material of the anode itself is consumed, it is used up in the electrolysis process, and that the material of the anode will as it is entering into the electrolyte or else into the solution, what happened? So we have to replace this anode periodically means at a time, at certain time. So after 1 hour or else after 2 hours of time. So this is again a fresh anode is kept. Fresh anode means, so I mean thick anode of certain thickness, it is kept. And after 2 hours, because by the time of 2 hours, what happened? The material of the anode, so it is used up. The material of the anode, it will enter into the electrolyte and it is used up. So and after 2 hours, again we have to replace this old anode by a fresh anode. So like this, the anode metal has to be replaced. So the fourth condition is anode metal has to be replaced periodically because as it is consumed during the electrolysis process. Anode is used up during electrolysis. Okay, hence as it is because how it is used up? Because that anode material, it is ionized. Anode material is ionized into the cation or also positive charged ions. Okay, and that anode material is ionized and converted into positive charged ions, and they leave, and that positive charged ions will leave into the they leave the anode and enters into the solution, electrolyte. Okay, so like this. So what happens? The material of the anode is used up. Hence, we have to replace that anode material after a certain time, periodically. Okay. Throughout the process of electrolysis, so many times we have to replace that anode material with freshly new anode material is used. Okay. Right. What is the next condition? So we will learn the other conditions in the next video.